Okay. And in the same vein, Eamon, we'll again pretend that I have a scale here from 1 to 10, though this time it's the confidence scale. So, having put yourself at 7 on the importance scale, what I want to do is ask you, where would you put yourself on confidence? In other words, that you can follow through on this, having now decided that it is something you want to do. If 1 is, I'm not confident at all of being able to do that, and 10 is, I'm totally confident, where might you put yourself on that scale?
I'd be down 3 or 4. I'd be down 3, maybe 4, Paul, maybe 3 or 4, I'd say. That's about all.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
Okay. But again, for sure, Eamon, you haven't put yourself down right at the end. You're about 3 or 4 in terms of confidence. So tell me about that. How come you didn't put yourself right down the bottom?
I suppose the reason I haven't put myself at the bottom is because I haven't given up. I suppose the want to change is strong enough. It's just I don't know how to do it.
Sure.
I don't know how to do it, and I suppose people tell you the only way is to stop completely, and that doesn't sit with me. So
sure. Okay. So, when you think about it then, Eamon, the reason why you didn't put yourself down further is because you do really want to do it. And, when you sort of toss that idea around in your head, you're quite clear that, it's not something which you're finding easy to contemplate at the moment. And, you're struggling to make sense of what it is that you really need to do.
Yeah.
Could I just say to you that that's not at all unusual? And just while I'm saying that, could I also just say I really admire, Eamon, the fact that you're willing to talk to me about these issues. These are difficult issues to talk to somebody about. So I admire the fact that you're being so open and honest. And it is difficult, Eamon. In many ways, I suppose we wouldn't be having this conversation if you found it easy to know what to do, and so it's very typical that people can be unsure, be confused about what it is they need to do to alter their drinking. But that's something that we can work on, and we can develop jointly an approach to this that's going to work for you. How does that sound?
So to be just yourself and myself, is it working on some plan, so to speak, or what? Or
I tell you what we'll do, Eamon. We can certainly, agree that we can meet again. Okay. And, if, for instance, you feel that you could benefit from me referring you to somewhere else, we can talk about that. But again, it will be your decision. So okay. You won't be pushed into anything.
Okay.
And it will have to be something that suits you and that works for you.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Okay, so let me just see then, Eamon, if I have a sense of it before we finish our discussion today. I know that we had spoken before about your concern over your drinking, and you weren't too sure what, if anything, you wanted to do about that. However, you have a fair idea about what you don't want to do, and you certainly don't. It's important to you that you're not labelled as some sort of alcoholic, or that you're forced to attend in some way one of those groups where people label themselves as alcoholics. You're saying that's not for you. And yet, when you think about the downside, the not so good side to what's been going on for you, I can hear you expressing genuine concern about not wanting to continue with the present situation at home, where it sounds like there's a lot of trouble, a lot of rows with your partner, which centre around your drinking. There's the whole cost aspect, which I hear you getting worried about as well. And of course your daughter, who I can hear you have, a lot of love for, and who you don't want to see her knowing that you're having, those difficulties with drinking. And in addition to that, though, you're very adamant that it is something that you can deal with, because, a big motivating factor I can hear for you, Eamon, is that you would like to get back into the workplace.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to yourself, well, if I don't do something about the drinking and get it back under control, that's not likely to happen. And yet, you know, again, I really admire your openness. You're talking in a very straight way about the problems it's caused you, but much more importantly, Eamon, what you'd like to see for the future. And we can work on that together. Does that sound about...
Spot on.